Weirdo, why do you like my pic from 2017? I'm not weird, you just haven't looked good in a while. Sees, how can you be depressed? Life is beautiful. Sees, how do you have asthma? There is so much air. School district says no pajamas for online classes. LMFAO, what y'all gon' do? Send them home. Guys, what made you realize this girl is definitely not into me? Gave a girl at work my number on a piece of paper and she handed it right back and said, we talk at work all the time, so let's keep doing that. This is where Americans can travel now. Is there like an imaginary line that thinks they can stop us? So wait, you support illegal immigration now? Caution, choking hazard. Aren't choking hazards on small objects? I actually wore a bandana covering my face, nose down, to go to the bank today. Whole time I'm thinking, I've convicted people on less evidence than this. You just made a terrifying point about our criminal justice system, which you didn't intend to make. How the hell did I lose so much hair? LMAO. Cause for every free throw you missed, one falls out. Lol. Watching emergency school board meeting reopening, a veteran just stood up and said, the ghosts of the people I've killed to keep you all safe haunt me every night. Are you prepared to be haunted by the ghosts of the children and faculty for whom you are responsible? Starting your sentence with but is grammatically incorrect. I guess you grew up in those places around the country that give little attention to education. It's really not. Starting a sentence with a conjunction is a stylistic choice, typically employed to emphasize the stark difference between what's being conjoined. Here's an example. The written word is a wonderful medium of expression, but when it's used to bludgeon others, especially with regard to what's proper, much of its luster is lost. The day my husband asks me to pay halves on rent is the day I pack my bags and go where you can't even afford half rent, mate. School boards, we don't have the power to enforce a mask policy on students. Also school boards, no dreadlocks, no haircuts with designs, no distracting hair colors, no visible shoulders, no bra straps showing, no knees showing, no open-toed shoes, no political shirts, no. I never pull out, and don't think I'm strapped up either. I never pull out. Bro, you never even put it in. What is your idea of the perfect date? Day, month, year. Other formats can be confusing really. To all the 6-foot kings, have a good night. Y'all are handsome. To the rest, goo goo gaga beach. Hope your mom tucks you in. To all the women with C cups of bigger, I hope you have an amazing day. To the rest of you little boys, I hope you get ready for school. Meatball grinder is weak. As someone who transplanted from a state serious about grinders, this was disappointing. It was good but lacked sauce, being hot, and melting of cheese. This grinder is also relatively small for a pizza restaurant. Response from the owner. I'm sorry, but I can't take criticism from someone who calls a sub a grinder. Worked my ass off at Amazon with a hot and sweaty mask, risking my life, while unemployment got $600 sitting on their ass. Make it make sense. You're being underpaid by the richest man on the freaking planet, and being told the problem is someone out of work getting a couple $100 so they don't literally die. Me, you're a politician, stop tweeting like this. Inner me, you're too lit to politic. Toronto City Councillor, Norm Kelly. The city is currently looking into how we can extract the salt from my haters and apply it to roads this winter. We'll keep you guys posted. You don't know you're not a doctor. Actually, I do know that I'm not a doctor. The USPS is viewed favorably by 91% of Americans despite billions in losses annually. It's a service. It doesn't lose money. It costs money. No one says the military loses $750 billion a year. Wrong, we have more cases because we have tested far more than any other country, 60 million. If we tested less, there would be less cases. So, if Herman Cain hadn't been tested for coronavirus, he would still be alive. An arrogant staff who believes they can belittle customers for not wearing their masks to their personal standard and specifications. The lunatic server with quarter-size holes in his ears thought it was his duty to remind me to wear my mask properly for the 3 steps to my table, despite the mask being in place and secured. He said if I didn't like the rules I could leave, so we did. Keep it up. Earhole boy just earned you a permanent ban. So when I asked you to put on your mask that you were holding up to your face, not properly or secure, you threw a fit and then wore it around your eyes and walked around to make a scene, then threw it down and said, "Are ya happy now?" As I stated, we don't make the rules, the health department does, and I don't need your disrespect. By the way, I'm not the server, I'm the owner. Have a blessed day. Sincerely, Earhole boy. My friend Herman Cain, a powerful voice of freedom and all that is good, passed away this morning. Herman had an incredible career and was adored by everyone that ever met him, especially me. He was a very special man, an American patriot, and great friend. I just got off. We all grieve in our own way. Women get mostly infertile at 40, but live to be 80. Without a family, what are you going to do with those 40 long years? I'm gonna frick everyone. That's what I'll do. Men, women, grandmas, grandpas, your wife, everyone. Gonna frick the whole world. Everyone except you. You can go and frick yourself. I can come 8 times and not get tired. Men come 2 or 3 times and they got a reboot like 1995 Windows computer. Y'all need 9 months to push out a baby. I need only 9 seconds. Welcome to rural America. We don't use rubber. Your dad should have. I hate you with every inch of my body. That's not a lot of inches. Students are being suspended for taking pictures of schools that aren't following coronavirus safety protocols. Hopefully they don't stop until every student is suspended and safe at home. I think that's called desperate, not bisexual. See, bisexuality is that I would have Shreks with men or women. Desperation would be if I had Shreks with you. I tweeted about how Europe is handling the pandemic better than America, and a bunch of people in my mentions are telling me to go live in Europe, and I'm like, I can't because Americans aren't allowed in, because of how badly we are handling the pandemic. Millennial dads have pathetic DIY skills compared to baby boomers. Maybe, but at least I have the emotional capacity to tell my daughter I love her. Homosexuality is an abomination to God Almighty. Never misses a gay event. We build too many walls and not enough bridges. Isaac Newton. You are literally advocating building the biggest wall outside China. You throbbing turbo-aunt. When you're the only one without a mask in Walmart. A week later. If men are agreeing with you, you said something stupid. You are absolutely right. This natural vegan bodybuilder drinks daily semen smoothies and doesn't remember the last time she was sick. Now she's using semen to protect her against coronavirus. I haven't had a cold or flu in years. How is this vegan? It's an animal product. Is she implying men are vegetables? Put every gay person on an island and see how many generations come after. 0. Put you in a group of 100 women on an island and it will be the same result. God is like oxygen. You can't see him, but you can't live without him. You can't see oxygen. Here is oxygen at minus 218.8 degrees Celsius. Now show me God's photo. Never argue with children. A little girl was talking to her teacher about whales. The teacher said it was physically impossible for a whale to swallow a human because even though it was a very large mammal, its throat was very small. The little girl stated that Jonah was swallowed by a whale. Irritated, the teacher reiterated that a whale could not swallow a human. It was physically impossible. The little girl said, "When I get to heaven I will ask Jonah." The teacher asked, "What if Jonah went to hell?" The little girl replied, "Then you ask him." I will not shop at Costco until you remove your mandatory mask rule. Costco Wholesale. Thank you for taking such a brave stand, Sharon. We look forward to the documentary they will make about you someday. Sharon. Wow, not a very professional response, Costco. Looks like I will be getting a membership refund myself. It should be a choice. Costco Wholesale. We've chosen not to refund you. Men under 5'11" shouldn't exist. I'm 5'7", but that's 11'7" over your dad if that helps. Rest in peace, Dad. 1971 to 2019. How is the UK viewed by the rest of the world? The UK is the largest supplier of Independence Days to countries around the world. If masks were necessary for our survival as a species, we would have evolved one by now. We haven't. We have noses and mouths. We have airways. It is not natural for people to go around with face masks on in their general life, and no amount of government propaganda can change that. Neil, do you wear shoes? Open the schools. Because you need to learn how to read a graph. Nibus be wearing Nike from head to toe, but their D just can't do it. Woman will wear Victoria's Secret, but that shit's more public than the library. A Yale history professor told me to get tutoring for my remedial English. I'd already received Wright Prize for non-fiction and later that year, the Veitch Prize for fiction. So I told him, it's not that I don't know how to write, it's that you don't know how to read. Frick these masks, you're all cheap. If you are so afraid of overhyped up virus, then you don't need to be going out in public. Stay in your pasture, lil sheep. Oh wow, look, another person that doesn't know the difference between your and ya, yet somehow they are qualified to speak as a scientist. Tesla solar panels are $1.49 per watt. JJ Watt. How much are they for everyone else? If God had a child, he'd name him Kanye. What about Jesus? My bad dude, I'm 15. Age is never an excuse to be uneducated. So what's yours? If I ever die from Ovid, please know that my dying wish is that my corpse be catapulted at high speed directly into Mitch McConnell's bedroom window at 3 AM. I don't just want my death to be politicized, I want it to be weaponized. Sainsbury's, this was supposed to be a 500-gram pack, where's the rest? You bought Balinese Kelly, not Ocane. Public school teachers next month. Why are you sharing this? You're spreading misinformation. There is no way we'll be teaching cursive. Trump's boat rally. Women for Trump. Trees for deforestation. Finally, some good news. Scientists discovered a treatment that can reduce COVID-19 transmission by 70%, and it's just a piece of cloth you wear in front of your dumb freaking face. Americans harnessed electricity, split the atom, and gave the world the telephone and the internet. We settled the Wild West, won 2 world wars, landed American astronauts on the moon, and one day soon, we will plant our flag on Mars. President Donald Trump. The internet is English, the phone is Scottish, electricity was harnessed by an Englishman, the atom was first split at the University of Manchester, you used Aussie scientists to put you on the moon, and you didn't win 2 world wars alone. Genocide in the Wild West, I'll give you. Kids nowadays don't know nothing about these. Yeah, because that's how time works. When I took over, we didn't even have a test. Why would you have a test? The virus didn't exist. Uber CEO says a company will likely shut down temporarily if a court decides to classify drivers as employees. Uber is admitting their business model depends upon exploiting workers and skirting labor law. Facebook just pulled an Obama and started accepting gay ads. I think the ads are based on your internet browsing patterns. I still scream at the fact I did a full body shave at the age of 13 to go see One Direction, as if I was gonna get railed backstage. Should have went to a Drake concert then. I thought happiness starts with an H. Why does mine starts with U? I think you have dyslexia. Police are now brutalizing everyone, just to maintain their ability to brutalize black people. A 1% drop in GDP is a recession. We called a 6.5% drop in GDP the Great Recession. In 1929 we called a 15% drop in GDP the Great Depression. What the frick do we call a 33% drop in GDP? The best depression. The greatest depression. No other depression is greater than this depression. Very great depression indeed. Women still aren't funny. Maybe if one talks to you someday, you'll change your mind. You must be wearing space pants, cause your ass is out of this world. Actually they're softball pants, cause my ass is so out of your league. If any of you here are thinking of getting married, consider the following before you do. On the one hand, you get to wear a pretty cool ring. On the other hand, you don't. I don't get it. What's stopping me from wearing a ring on both? Probably your sense of humor. If your D isn't longer than your balls when it's soft, lower your voice when you speak to me. If you can't get out of the house without a full face of makeup on, then don't talk at all. Trump is reportedly banning TikTok, so if you want to watch 16-year-olds dance, you have to get on a plane with Bill Clinton. Is it shameful to be eating Wendy's food while sitting in a McDonald's parking lot? Wendy's, you're probably raising the property value, to be honest. That's a lot of damage. Who doing hair and nails today? I do hair, nails and makeup every day except Sunday. This virus has business booming. Where are you from? I need my hair done. Virginia Beach. I'm a mortician. Want an appointment? Keep going outside. If you're a woman and can't cook, it's like, what the frick was you doing during your preteen and teens years? Oh, being a hoe. Got your LMAO. Working my ass off at school so I can be a boss asshole and hire you as my chef since you're so good at cooking. Can you do $250? Only have 100. Then you don't need a bill counter. How come cashiers at 24/7 McDonald's can de-escalate situations better than cops? Because we get fired if we don't. Remove the gay flag. So you prefer straight men than gay men? That's pretty gay. Teaching online sucks, but you know what would suck worse? Every yearbook in the country having a page dedicated to the teachers and students who died of it. When you see his D for the first time and realize you're in for a night of Netflix and disappointment. Even a school bus looks small if you park it in the Grand Canyon. How does one breathe through a mask though? Like today I struggled to breathe the whole time I was out. Have you tried using this respiratory system? In the 1950s, one of the journalists criticized Marilyn Monroe, saying that she's only beautiful because of her fancy dresses and clothes. Then she did this photo shoot wearing a potato sack as a response. Cameras should be removed from cell phones. Cameras should be removed from cell phones. Everyone always has to take pictures and video of everything instead of enjoying things. Constantly having a camera at your disposal is ruining humanity in more ways than one. I don't think cameras are the problem, so much as social media. That's like blaming spoons for obesity. Why do so many murderers bury victims in their own backyards? Not everyone has the trunk space or gas money to drive way out in the middle of nowhere to dump their bodies. Check your privilege. We are all doing the best we can out here. Just arm wrestled my grandma for her perks. Grandma Gertrude, why you posting like you won? You owe me perks, beach. Most elderly aren't afraid of this virus. They carry on like normal, unlike the younger generations afraid of their shadow. I used to have a dog that wasn't afraid of traffic.